Now let's understand Mendel's observation by Punnett square. He took a purebred tall plant and a purebred short plant. So its genotype is T and small t. During the reproduction process, 4 gametes are formed, 2 from either parent. The gametes formed from the first parent have genes T, and similarly, the gametes formed from the second parent will have genes t. Now let's draw the Punnett square. It's a square which generally have the paternal gametes on the top and the maternal gametes on the left hand side, though we can put the gametes on either side. Now since we have 2 gametes each from the parents, we have 2 rows and 2 columns. Now let's fill the genes here. So we are writing capital T and capital T on the top and small t and small t on the left hand side. Now we will fuse them. So when I will fuse this T with this T, it will become one capital T and a small t. Similarly, I will do with this. Capital T will fuse with this small t. So it will be capital T and small t. You can try with the other two and it will be capital T and small t, capital T and small t. So here you have seen that these are the offsprings formed in the first filial generation or the F1 generation. You can also see that the genotype of the first generation is capital T small t, capital T small t, and the remaining two are also capital T and small t. Now we know that the capital T is a dominant gene, so it expresses itself. Therefore, in Mendel's experiment, the first generation had all the tall plants. Now, for the second filial generation, the parental genotype will be capital T and small t. So, the gametes formed from the first parent will have capital T and small t, and similarly, the gametes formed from the second parent will have capital T and small t. Now, let's draw the Punnett square. We will again write the gametes, and since they are same, so we are going to write capital T and small t on the top, and on the left hand side also we are going to write capital T and small t. Now let's fuse them. So we are fusing it. Capital T and capital T will fuse to form capital T and capital T. Again, capital T will fuse with small t to form capital T, small t. Now this small t will fuse with this capital T to form capital T and small t, and this small t will fuse with this small t to form small t and small t. Now you can see here that the 3 progenies have one capital T in them, and we know capital T represents tallness gene. So we have 3 progenies which are tall. Now in the last square you can see that there are 2 recessive genes of dwarfness. So one plant will be dwarf. So we can conclude that in the second filial generation, the ratio of the tall plants to dwarf plants will be 3:1.